You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.TheExceptionalConservativeshow.com.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Exceptional Conservative Show, live from the nation's capital. We are not ashamed of the good news of conservatism, for it is the power of liberation, first to the Republican and then to the socialist. We have the great socialist in chief with us tonight, progressive commentator extraordinaire, Michael Brown. You can find him on Twitter at MABrownDC, at MABrownDC. What a great joy and honor it is to always have him on the air with us. Your fan club, Bonnie Williams, is in the chat room. She supports you greatly. I'm quite certain that she'll be sending you accolades for whatever you have to say tonight. Go forth, Mr. Brown, with your opening commentary.
I just need to say hello and thank B. B has been so supportive when I call into this ultra-conservative, right-wing show. And I'm very appreciative of her support.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
Have you guys had a tough couple of weeks? I don't even know. I mean, are you a Democrat yet? Have you decided to come aboard?
No, I don't hate Jews enough.
The president free fall. His numbers are in first the last couple of weeks for 45.
Not really for 45. What is this representative that you all have in the Congress named Ilhan Omar, married to her brother? And now, because you can't refute that when she is married to her brother. I think that's the end thing in the anti-Zionist.
First of all, I don't think that's accurate.
That is
talking points from Breitbart and Fox.
Mary Brockman and I will tell you that we had a guest on our program, The Exceptional Conservative Show, who was running for office against her, and that it was verified that she is married to her brother, and that she did that to defraud the immigration process in the United States of America. Only a Democrat.
Well, if true, whether it doesn't matter, what she said was bad, incorrect, and anti-Semitic, and she never should have said it.
Oh, she never. Was she? Is it just one thing that she says, or is it often many things?
Frankly, every time she has said something, and I do believe that we should have asked for a little tougher punishment, but it was important. It really comes from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue more than anywhere else.
So the
He started all this. 45 started it.
Okay.
And it was a mistake. And so why can't he get stripped of something? Why can't he step down? He's the one that started all this nonsense with name calling and calling people they're from shithole countries and all this kind of stuff. Give me a break.
Okay. So let me just give you with Donald John Trump. It is shameful that House Democrats won't take a stronger stand against anti-Semitism in their conference. Anti-Semitism has fueled atrocities throughout history, and it's inconceivable they will not act to condemn it. Do you share the same opinion as Donald John Trump here?
Too bad he doesn't practice what he preaches.
Wait a minute.
He has no credibility to comment on anything related to any kind of ism. He has absolutely zero credibility.
Zero credibility. But do you agree with the president on that particular matter? Do you agree with him?
I believe in my preamble, I said that I didn't think the punishment was strong enough relative to the Congresswoman, and there seems to be a pattern because if she's mentioned this kind of thing more than once, so I'm agreeing with me. I'm not agreeing with 45.
Okay, so 45 is agreeing with you then. It's what you
45 has no credibility, frankly, on this kind of issue. Though.
Okay.
Should have just stayed quiet. He stayed quiet on Steve King.
So
he stayed quiet on this.
Well, amazingly, Nancy Pelosi stands quiet on this. She's the Speaker of the House, the most powerful woman in America, and she.
I recall her speaking out and starting this whole resolution process. So I don't think she stood quiet at all.
Well, actually, there is report that she did not want that particular matter to be considered by the House. And in fact, it was she who told her caucus that if they didn't want to listen to her, she would just actually walk away from the table. Is that the type of maturity?
I'm just curious. Does this look? She should be condemned. She should have punishment. I guess 45 is somewhere in the neighborhood of agreeing with what I'm saying.
Yes.
But at the bottom, but how many? I think we need to. It's again one of those red shiny distraction objects. How many investigations is this president under? He's always talking about what he does great in breaking records. I don't know if a president has ever been under this many investigations in the history of our republic.
Well, as long as you have since the war on poverty,
And you think Benghazi was a strong use of government dollars?
Yes, it was. In fact, and unfortunately, we had a president.
I'm using your term. I'm going to use your term.
Yep.
Nada.
Yeah, well, it's amazing that we got the nada when we had a Democrat president. And I think there's a commonality there. I want to go to an issue that a lot of Americans have some concern about. And USA Today says that Donald Trump was using hush money, and that basically President Trump does not believe that that is a campaign finance violation. Do you, my friend, believe the same thing?
That what he did was not a campaign finance violation?
That's correct.
It seems that it was, but I am not sure of how severe that penalty and violation is. I am not suggesting he did nothing wrong, because it sounds like there was some kind of conspiracy, but it seems that it's kind of on the low end.
So in the Mueller report,
Stone, it's just kind of conspiracy.
Okay, well, President Donald Trump under federal investigation over hush money to an alleged ex-mistress said Thursday it was nothing to do with campaign finance laws and appeared to acknowledge payments he previously said he knew nothing about. That's the statement as presented by USA Today. Donald Trump tweeted it was not a campaign contribution and there was no violation of the campaign finance laws by me. Fake news. Now, Stormy Daniels lost her case. Can we agree that she lost her case because she had to pay Donald Trump for his legal fees? Can we agree on that?
I mean, we absolutely agree.
Okay.
Who really cares? Bottom line is he paid off one or two of his mistresses. I mean, who cares whether her suit got thrown out or not?
Well, it does matter because it means that it wasn't related to any type of election matter and that Cohen lied. Is it possible that your man, Cohen, lied, sir?
Oh, it's absolutely possible that he lied. That was his boss. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Witch hunts that's going on currently. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are talking with none other than the leftist extremist Michael Brown, progressive commentator. You can find M.A. Brown DC at M.A. Brown DC. I want you to know that during this particular process, I have the worse than Kamala Harris. Will he bring America together?
Well, I mean, I don't even know how to answer that question. Clearly, no matter who is our next president, it's not going to be 45. No matter who our next president is, they're going to be able to bring this country together more than this guy.
Really? So Corey, it was a Romanesque phrase that he referred to himself as. You really believe that this man who is adamantly opposed to white male conservatives has a chance in the middle of our country, out there in the heartland?
I absolutely believe that, because America is looking for someone that can come in and clean up the mess that 45 has made. Whether that means bringing people together, whether that means bringing down the debt, whatever it means, anything's going to be better than 45.
how much better has America become because of 45? Is there one promise that he has not kept since he's been in office?
It seems to me the debt has exploded under his watch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm certain he promised that he was going to bring the debt down. Clearly that hasn't happened. It's exploded because of that darn wacky, bamboozled tax cut that he gave the wealthiest companies and people in our country.
Like you and me. Wealthy people like you and me. Right? Is that what he did? That's where you get your money from. You don't get it from the wealthy.
You mean like people on food stamps and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. You all do a very good job with the hoodwinked and bamboozled approach to dealing with finance. You know, the shell game that you play up in New York on the streets. The bottom line here is that tax break, and I don't know if anybody in my chat room would tell me that they didn't get a benefit from the tax cut at all. I think every American got a benefit.
I don't think anyone in the middle class did. And with all these factories closing in middle America, when the president promised they wouldn't close, they are closing because the tax cut didn't help regular old America.
Now, which ones are closing? Can you refer to specific ones that are closing, Michael? Is there which one?
Yes, GM is closing in Ohio.
And GM is closing in Ohio. GM is closing in Ohio because of tax cuts, or is it closing in Ohio because it decided to move to electric cars and that didn't work? Yeah, which one of the two?
Look, I don't know what the actual reason is. The number 45 promised it wouldn't close. It did.
Okay. So he's responsible for GM closing.
Under his watch.
Okay. We'll go with that. Even though we have over.
College, he's the worst one-term president we've ever had because he's already starting to lower expectation about the elections, and he's not going to do well and all that. So after he loses, if he even makes it to election, because some folks in your party think not only should he be primary, but that he should not run.
Did you see that particular poll? Even though I'm not a poll monitor or master, I don't like polls in general. But his approval ratings are well above 50%, even amongst Democrats. Isn't that amazing?
Yep. Well, I don't. It doesn't matter. Do you really think he's going to win re-election?
Oh yeah. It's going to be a landslide. Want to get you real quick on this last thing here, and it's about your boss, because you have a boss. Let's see. $93 trillion Green New Deal. Are you for it or are you against it, sir?
You know, I understand the aspirational part of it.
Yeah.
However, and I understand and I think it's important because climate change is real and it's important. However, just because it's aspirational doesn't mean it's affordable, doesn't mean you can pay for it, and doesn't mean it makes complete sense.
Don't you believe? Wait a minute. Don't you believe? If you believe climate change is real, don't you believe that we should spend every single dollar in the world history to change America? Don't you believe that?
I do think we should spend a lot. I don't know what the definition of spend it all, but I think we should spend a lot. But of course, any aspirational bill or idea or proposal has to be vetted, obviously has to be amended, and then you got to figure out how you pay for it.
There you go.
Once all that is done, then I guess we'll have to wait and see. So aspirationally, I completely agree. Whether we know whether you can pay for it or not, it's affordable, it makes sense on every single aspect, time will tell.
$93 trillion. See, a $2 trillion increase in the national debt under Donald Trump, and he's the worst president ever. Ocasio-Cortez says she wants to spend $93 trillion to change the world, and he's okay with it. Michael Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, you got a weird way with numbers there, Michael. Michael Brown, ladies and gentlemen, progressive commentator at M.A. Brown, D.C. We love you, man. Thank you for coming on tonight.
All right, what you just did to me at the end was unfair and unnecessary.
That's why they paid me the big bucks. Oh, man. Love you. We'll see you next week, man.